I have makeup all over my fingers. What's new? What is new? So it actually feels like it's been ages since I sat here, put my whole ring light on, and just get down to it. It's been a minute. I'm not gonna lie, it's been like over a month. Wow. It's probably been almost 2 months since I posted my last video on my channel, because I was actually doing very well. I was posting consistently and just being a good girl. And then I went on vacation. I went to Mexico City, and honestly guys, I'm kind of feeling ways about the fact that I'm back here. But today I just basically wanted to do a video, just get ready with you guys, do the whole thing, do an eyeshadow look, because I haven't played with makeup, sadly. I haven't, because when I was away, I mean, I was still doing a little bit, but like the very little, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's just get ready. If you're new to my channel, what's up? I'm Nana. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a like, and let's just get started. My hands are like so dry from washing them and doing what you're supposed to be doing right now, which is, staying home, taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, taking care of your friends by social distancing. But my hands right now, like, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see, but in between my fingers, they're so dry. Earlier, I was watching a movie and I was looking through my, like, in between my fingers, and I was like, my skin is peeling here. What is going on? I've been literally, like, every time I wash my hands, I put lotion because I hate the feeling of like dry skin. It's not a good feeling. So I've been putting lotion, but like, I don't know. So today, I don't really know what kind of eye look we're gonna do, to be quite honest, because like I said, I just want to play around. I have a few palettes here that I want to, kind of play around with and come up with a look. We should start with some eye primer or like concealer. I'm just gonna use a little bit of concealer just to apply something on there real quick, all over C-lids. You can definitely use like an eye primer, like an eyeshadow primer, or just whatever concealer works for you. How has your quarantine been? I'm gonna be honest, it's been quite of a ride, I'm not gonna lie, because I went to Mexico City for a month with my family, basically my mom and my brothers, and we left on the beginning of March. So before all of this was like, coming to here, we were in Mexico City. So, the first week that we were there, everything was freaking awesome. We were going to places. We went to the pyramids in Teotihuacan. We had a good time. Like, we were kind of like just exploring, right? Like, trying to see as many places as we could. I am from Mexico City. I was born there, but I hadn't been there in over like 12 years. So it was kind of like, half of my lifetime I had been here in Canada, half of my other lifetime I had been over there, but I didn't, I couldn't remember a lot of things. So we were just kind of going places, meeting around, seeing our family, obviously, family and friends that we had left there for a very long time, So we were chilling, we were having a good time. And then the second week, everything just like started going downhill, and like everybody that was here, I had people messaging me all the time like, hey, the situation here is pretty bad, like, how are things over there? Are you guys good? Like, are you guys having fun? And I was like, yeah, like, we're good, like, things in Mexico were not, and I think still to this point, they were not at the level that like Canada and the US were at. Like, here, like 2 weeks before anything, like, they were telling me, oh, the grocery stores are, having this shit going down. Like, they just were telling me everything, right? Like, I had people updating me all the time here. So Yeah, it was kind of like, okay, I had an idea of what was going on, but it didn't really, you know, process. Like, I didn't really process it because I was over there having fun, you know, like I was just living my best life over there, to be honest. Like, you know, I was chilling with my family, having fun, having beers, having some good ass food. Because, oh my god, the food, guys, I think the food there is like the most amazing thing in the whole wide world. Like, the food in Mexico is so good. I miss tacos, I miss pretty much everything. But yeah, like, didn't really process. So while everything was kind of going nuts over here, I was there, you know, traveling Mexico as much as I could. The second week that we were there, because the first week we were kind of just like in the city of Mexico, like kind of where my family is at, like Ecatepec and that kind of thing. So we did go out, but like not too much. And then the second week we decided to go to Cuernavaca. So we went there because my mom had a family friend from there, which was very nice to see after like forever. And I found a Airbnb home there, which had like a pool outside, and the house itself was like beautiful. I walked in there, even from the outside, it just looked so beautiful. And when we went in, it was like love at first sight. Like, I was just like, oh my god, I don't want to leave, like, ever. I just want to stay here. But yeah, it was an amazing time. At Cuernavaca, we had like, you know, the whole house to ourselves. It was me, my family, like my mom, my brothers, my uncles, and we just had a bomb ass time. Like, we had the pool to ourselves, we had a barbecue outside. Like, it was just a whole vibe, you know. Like, it was such a good time because the weather was like super nice. It was like hot, and yeah, it was good. It was amazing. Actually, there was one night that actually, like, me, my brother, and my uncle, we slept outside. Like, we literally had like those chairs that you have kind of like at the beach or at the pool where you can like lay down, and we had those there, and we just literally knocked the fuck out there. We stayed up until probably like 6 in the morning. Did not get much sleep that whole trip because I was literally staying up until late, and then I woke up early because, you know, we had shit to do the next day, like just turn the fuck up and have fun. So yeah, that's what went down over there, but which is not much different than my routine here right now, because who else isn't getting sleep right now? But yeah, that's what went down. And then the last week that we were in Mexico, we went to Guanajuato, which is where I think stop recording. Let's see. So yeah, we stayed with her for pretty much a whole week as well, and same thing. The only thing is, there, the situation was way worse because we didn't really go out, so we were just stuck at my aunt's house, which sometimes it drove us crazy, to be honest. Sometimes it was like too much, and like because there were so many of us in her house, sometimes it got so hot because there it was like hella hot, and sometimes it was so hot that we didn't even know how to deal with each other. Like, it was just kind of like, what in the fuck is happening, you know? So yeah, but we try to stay kind of like, you know, low-key. We try to keep ourselves entertained. We would play cards, you know, have some drinks and whatnot. But yeah, like, that last week was definitely kind of like the worst. And I don't even want to say worst because we were, you know, with family and everything, but like, it was definitely quite tough because we were just stuck at home. We couldn't really do anything. So a lot of our plans were pretty much canceled I had booked a resort in Cancun. We were gonna be there for a couple days. Had to cancel that shit because everything just went to shit, pretty much. Our airline that we were gonna be flying back with basically said we're not doing any more international flights, so we had to look for new flights, book new flights, go back a couple of days before our planned date. So yeah, it was just it was something. It's gonna be a trip that we're gonna remember for forever, probably, because it was just like crazy. But I mean, I had a really good time. The last day that we were there, we went to my uncle's taqueria. He has a taqueria which is bomb diggity. Oh my god, I think those are the tacos I miss the most. But I got so turned. Everybody got so turned that the next day on the plane, I have some really embarrassing stories that maybe one day I'll tell, maybe I won't, because honestly guys, I was so fucked the next day. But I'm glad I made it home. You know, I'm glad to be home because it's just good to be home and just kind of chill. But yeah, took me a minute to do a video because I had been kind of just chilling, kind of taking everything in, because this situation is quite something. Like, never in my entire existence did I think we would be, or I would experience something like this. This is quite you know, tragic in many ways. The fact that things have gone like so out of control, and you know, you are just getting infected and infected day by day, it's very sad. And I wish this wasn't happening, but I also think it's like it's all happening for a reason. I always believe in that, and I always tell people that, like, you know, everything happens for a reason. I feel like everybody, including myself, obviously, is gonna come out of this stronger, better, or at least I hope so, because, you know, I feel like this is just happening to teach us a lesson, you know, like to really make us see what's important, what's not important, and yeah, just take shit in, you know. Like, I feel like a lot of us have realized a lot of things, like just how important it is to, you know, be able to chill with your friends, be able to chill with like your family, be able to chill with even your loved ones, you know. Like, it's so crazy because a lot of people, you know, right now, I mean, since I got here, I haven't seen my grandma. Like, I haven't seen anybody of my family members other than just like through camera. Like, but like, what the fuck is that? You know, like, that's nothing. So yeah, it really puts a lot of things into perspective and makes you think about how you want to kind of like continue with your life, you know. And I feel like that's a good thing, but obviously comes with other shit, right? So yeah, how are you guys dealing with everything? I hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you guys are staying at home, you know, really taking this as serious as it is, because it's easy for us to kind of be like, it's alright, it's all good, you know. But really, like, you really gotta think about everybody, not just yourself, but like everybody, and think, okay, like, this is legit. What I do is really gonna impact right now, right? So yeah, obviously I'm not trying to give you a lecture, but it is important that you're taking this seriously, because if not, a lot of people are dying every single day because one person did not take this seriously, you know what I'm saying? So definitely want to take it seriously, want to just put your grain of sand and contribute. Just gonna clean this up a little bit here because I don't want it to be like, you guys see how it's like too low? I'm gonna clean it up with a little bit of Bioderma, and just gonna keep it a little bit like that. Same thing on this side. It really killed my vibe though, because I was really looking forward to just being at the beach, literally having some margarita or something, sipping on it, getting tan, and none of that could happen. Like, I was so bummed about that, but you know, it is what it is. Life happens. You just have to like accept it and move on, because there's literally nothing else I could do, right? So that's what I did. But yeah, it sucked. It really sucked. I don't really know what I want to do here on the inner corner. Let's get some concealer. I'm gonna use a little bit of the e.l.f. Hydrating Camel Concealer. This one right here. And I'm gonna take that just a little bit on the back of my hand, like that. And I'm gonna take a brush, like a concealer brush, and basically kind of cut the crease. Kind of halfway. I'm not gonna bring it all the way in. Oh my god, I'm applying like hella concealer all over my lips. Same thing on the other eye. So I've been wanting to sit down and like film for a minute. Like, since I arrived, I told myself, you know, I'm gonna take this opportunity that we're gonna be home, because since I got home, I literally had to stay home and not go anywhere. So I told myself, like, you know, you should do some videos and do this shit and whatever. But oh my god, guys, I've literally been just, to be honest, just chilling. Like, it's been quite hard to maintain kind of like a routine, because everything's so different, you know, like literally everything is different. I'm not going to bed early. Sometimes I've been staying up until like 4 in the morning, which is not right, and I really shouldn't. But you know, it's just right now I feel like everybody has things happening in so many ways that you're not really expecting. Like, they're just kind of happening. And I've been telling myself this, like, don't take things too seriously, because right now with how things are, like, it's really difficult for you to do that, like, and like you shouldn't, because it just makes you, first of all, it makes you feel like shit. That's one. And then second of all, it doesn't help with the situation at all. So I just, like, obviously there's days where I'm like, bro, like, get your shit together. You've been chilling, like, literally doing nothing. Why don't you start doing something, you know, like something little. So like the other day I finally unpacked my bag, because I hadn't even done that. I hadn't done that in like almost 2 weeks. So I told myself, you know, you should clean up, put your stuff away first of all, and then you can chill or do whatever, you know. I'm gonna take a little bit of this one. Like, I'm really indecisive of what I want to do right now, but yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of this one, kind of pop that right here on the center only. So I know this isn't really a tutorial, because I didn't even show you guys half of what I used already, but I really just wanted to kind of sit, get ready, and like apply makeup, because it's been so long. I did take my Tati palette with me to Mexico. This beauty was with me, you know, traveled with me, got back with me, safe and sound, and didn't get much use. So that's why I'm using it right now, you know. And then I'm gonna take You know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of the Cool Bling Bling from the Jacqueline and Morphe palette. This color right here. I'm just gonna take that, but this time I'm taking it on the brush. And I'm gonna... What in the fuck just happened? Oh my god. Sorry, it's because I have too much concealer on there. Yeah, let's try that again. Please. Okay, that's not really working out. So I'm gonna take that on my finger. I'm just gonna start kind of blending the two. But yeah guys, so right now, in times like this, we just have to kind of, first of all, keep our shit together. Do not lose it because it's not worth it. And just try to take one day at a time, because honestly guys, it can get frustrating. Like even for me, there's days where I get like just moody out of nowhere, and I ask myself like, why the frick you getting moody, you know? Like, and it's like because you're stuck home, can't really do anything. I am not working at the moment because at the moment I cannot. So my routine has literally gone to shit, right? Like a lot of other people. So you just have to try to stay together, you know, take one day at a time and just try to enjoy the ride, even though it's quite a different ride and not something that, you know, if we had the option to go on it, like let's say we were like at Canada's Wonderland or something, right? And you had the option to go on this ride, most likely 99.9999999 amount of people would not be going on this ride, right? So just try to, you know, again, try to stay positive, try to take one day at a time. Don't punish yourself for things that like you're not doing or whatever, because right now, like, it's kind of like a difficult time. Let's move on to a little bit of foundation. This is the foundation I took with me to Mexico, and I'm so glad I did because this thing is so gorgeous. And again, I wasn't wearing foundation in Mexico, you know, every day. I literally put on foundation like maybe 2 times and the whole time that I was there, and that was only for like, you know, special events. Like it was my niece, my cousin's baptism, so like for that I obviously, you know, glammed up. But over everything, like over the heat and over everything, it looked really nice. So that's what I'm gonna use today. I'm just gonna use my beauty blender because I have not used it in a minute with a beauty blender, and I'm just feeling it today. I just washed it and it was looking at me like it wants to be used, you know? So let's use it. I have a couple of spots here. I don't know what happened, because my skin had been doing really well, but I think it's also because of the fact that I've been home. You know, that affects our skin more than you think, or at least I think, you know, that's probably why. Because I mean, well, that and everything, you know, the fact that I'm not like sleeping my 8 hours and, you know, like I have a routine down or whatever. But I think it's also the fact that like you're literally in the same kind of like environment every day, and like I don't know, that's kind of fucked up, you know? So I think that has to do some part of why I'm not trying this foundation out yet. The Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, would definitely recommend it. It's a very nice, kind of more natural kind of foundation, so like it looks more like your skin, you know? It doesn't really look like too makeupy on your skin. And it gives you a really nice amount of coverage. I would say it has like a light to medium coverage, but you can definitely build it up. Like in areas where I want a little bit more coverage, I usually just go over with a little bit more. So like let's say right now here, which this like would be better for you to go over with like concealer or something, but just as an example, like you can definitely build it up and it looks a lot nicer. But I'm just making sure that it's nice and blended. It looks really nice on your skin. There, you guys can see it. And it doesn't feel heavy or anything like that, so yeah. Okay, for concealer, I was pretty much using this e.l.f. concealer over there in Mexico. So I'm gonna try to use that right now today, but I don't know. Honestly, guys, I haven't had a really good time with concealers lately because I feel like they've been kind of playing me. Like, sometimes I feel like they look nice, but then sometimes I'm kind of like on the fence about them, and I'm just like, I don't know, you know? I don't know. Do you guys have a concealer that you guys have been using right now that you guys are like really into? Let me know, because I feel like my concealers lately I've just been like whatever about. So like before I left, I was using the CoverGirl what's it called, True Blend concealer, and I still have that. Like I actually have it out here, but I'm hesitant to use it because the last time that I used it, it just looked horrible, like literally horrible. So I'm like, why am I gonna put myself through that again, you know? Like truly, why? And then like this one by e.l.f., I do like it, but I feel like at times it just doesn't look the best. And obviously, like, I understand, you know, there's times when our skin is doing better, like especially like, you know, your under eyes and whatever, you know, your skin is gonna be doing better at times, right? Like I totally understand that, but for me to like not even want to put on a concealer, like that says a lot. Cream bronzer, I'm gonna use this by Physicians Formula. I did a video on a couple of these products, and this is literally the only one I kept. I usually use it on a brush. I just kind of go straight on there like these. Apply some on the brush. Oh my god, I applied way too much on that side. What the fuck? And then what I like to go ahead and do is literally hold it from a very kind of loosely kind of point, and I'm just gonna do circular motions right under my cheekbones, some patting motions to just try to apply not as much product and like not as much pressure on the brush. So I'm just applying that on there. And as you guys can see, the shade is definitely a lot more kind of warm because I'm using it as a bronzer, not really as a contour. So I'm just using little by little and just blending it upwards. I'm gonna apply a little bit of blush. If you don't know what I'm gonna use, then I don't know what you're doing here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna use the Essence Blush Up, which is one of my faves. I literally brag about this blush all the time on my channel. I'm just gonna use a little bit to bring some life back to my face. We are gonna apply a little bit of highlight. I'm gonna use a little bit of Fenty. I'm just gonna use the Fire Crystal one, which is the one that's a little bit more intense. And gonna pop that on so he tops his cheekbones. Try to blend it in. So this is how it should be looking right now. I think I'm going to real quick. I think I want to darken up the outer V a little bit more, so I'm gonna take my Tati Beauty palette and I'm gonna take the Poet and the Memory Color and the Matte, which these are the two, the purple and the black. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of both, and to really kind of add some dimension back, I'm going to pat this brush into this area, literally just this outer V area. And then once I feel like, you know, most of the pigment is off, I'm gonna start bringing it in. I'm still, even though I already cleaned this up, because now I have my foundation and everything, I can kind of, you know, just blend a little bit further into this. I'm gonna take Aura, which is the matte whitey bony shade. Just gonna clean up the brow bone with that, just like that. Same thing on the other side. If you guys have been you know, watching some shows on Netflix, have you guys watched Ozark? Did you guys finish it? I definitely did, and I don't know how I feel about the ending. I'm not gonna say anymore because if you have not seen it, I don't want to spoil it for you, obviously, but that ending kind of had me like, I don't know, feeling ways about the whole thing. Like, I was just kind of like, really? I was definitely shocked, but I don't know, I was kind of like confused. But if you guys seen it, let me know down below what your thoughts were. Like, were you happy with the, you know, the ending of that season, or yeah. Just gonna take Poets as well onto the lower lash line, and I'm gonna try to keep this mainly just on this outer V. So I'm not gonna bring it into the inner corner too much. And I'm gonna take a dab into the black, just by itself. And really apply that out here. Okay, so I really like how that's looking. I think it looks really nice. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows very quickly, apply some mascara, and I think that'll be about it. I'll be back. Alrighty, so I'm back. I pretty much completed the entire look. I actually wanted to show you guys what I use on the lids because it's popping. Like, you guys can see there the lids. I actually did something on the lower lash line as well, which I don't know if you guys can see that really well on camera, but I took a little bit of gem from the same palette, this one right here, and I actually popped that really close to the lower lash line. There you guys can kind of see it really close to the lower lash line, and I just blended it out a little bit, but I really liked how that looks. I feel like it really makes my brown eyes pop a lot as well because of that purpley kind of color, and I really like the way this whole look turned out. But then I was kind of going through my drawers and I found this Pressed Metal Chrome Eye Mousse. This one is actually from J-Cat Beauty, and I've had this for such a long time. This one is in the shade Champagne Whisk, and it's like a moussey kind of consistency, so when you press it in, you can kind of see the product. But let me just show you guys a swatch of it real quick. It's like super metallic, super vibrant, and I actually popped that right on the inner corner, so what you guys see kind of popping through, because this does have like very fine kind of like silvery kind of glitter to it, so it's really like shining through with the lights, and it looks awesome. I really like the way that this whole look turned out, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it for this whole look. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of like just chilling, getting some updates from me, because again, I hadn't been here in a very hot minute, so I kind of just wanted to sit, chat, get ready, and let you guys know where I've been, what I've been up to, you know, because it had been a minute. Let me know what you guys want to see on YouTube from me next. I feel like right now a lot of us are literally on YouTube all the time, or Netflix or Disney Plus, or just trying to find something to entertain ourselves with, because it's kind of hard to find things to do. But you know, just try to stay productive, and by that I mean try to do anything that you like, anything that you find, you know, interesting, or that gives you some type of comfort, or you know, just makes you feel good. Just do it. Organize your room, your closet, get rid of any clothes that you're not using, you know, like just, yeah, just try to stay consistent and try to stay moving, try to do what you have to do, and just stay positive. Like, don't let this shit get to you, because it can get to you and you can start overthinking, but it doesn't do you any good. Like, literally, it doesn't do you any good. It just does the complete opposite of that. So just let's just all try to see the light at the end of the tunnel and try to stay positive and just fight through this. I think if we all put, again, our support and our cooperation, we are gonna be able to get out of this sooner than later. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay home if you can. If not, you know, if you are working or you have to be out there, just take precautions and take care of yourself. All right? Okay, thank you. Bye.